Hi, in this video today we're going to be unboxing the Xbox Series S. So this is the cheaper version, the one without the disk drive in it. So let's just quickly show you around the box. You can see there we have some symbols. These symbols are explained on the side. So if you have a look up here, 120 FPS, gaming at up to 120 FPS with a little asterisk, and it says here requires supported content and display. Use on Xbox Series S as content becomes available. Xbox Velocity architecture, variable refresh rate, 512GB SSD, which is a solid state drive, HDR for high dynamic range, and disc-free gaming. There's nothing on the top apart from all digital. It says power your dreams. And it says here, redefine speed with the Xbox Velocity architecture. Play thousands of digital games across 4 generations of Xbox. So it's going to work on the original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and now the Xbox Series X and Series S. But you can't play all the games. For example, you can't play the Kinect games when it comes to 360 and Xbox One. So if you've got your heart set on a certain backwards compatible game, just make sure that that is available for this before going any further. Now it says here, next gen gaming in a sleek compact form factor, unlimited access to 100 high quality games, memberships sold separately. So that's for Game Pass. If you're not sure what Game Pass is, think of it like a Netflix but for games. So you pay a monthly subscription and then you have access to loads of the library of Xbox games. Right, let's open it up. Wow, it's much smaller than I expected it to be. It's tiny and it's really nicely packaged with the way that it says Xbox there. So the packaging looks good. Right, should we look at the console first of all, or should we let's look at the accessories to begin with. So we open this up here and you can see that we have a HDMI cable and it just says high speed on it. For anybody wanting to know the length, let me measure that for you. Right, it's a nice long lead coming in at 2 meters, so 200 centimeters. So that should be ample long enough. Next in here we have the power cable. So this one here is a UK one, that's why it looks like that. And this will be the same one that's currently in your Xbox One X and Xbox One S. So this hasn't got a separate external brick. The power supply is built into this small form factor here. Again, let me measure this for you. Okay, this is coming in just under 150 centimeters. So just under 1.5 meters. Right, here we have the controller and we also have batteries in here as well, because I can feel them. And of course we have branded batteries, so you can see that these are Duracell batteries. AA batteries, the same as the current controller. Now the controller is very similar to the current one. Let's just see how it feels. Okay, but it feels different in the hand. To begin with, this bit's more rounded here. It actually feels a little bit smaller in the hand, and I can notice straight away grips on the triggers, so the LT and RT, the left and right triggers, and also all the way around the back here we have a texture. So it's still plastic, but it feels, you can just feel the grip on it. And as well as that, can you see just on the edge of these bumpers here, we have they're smooth here, but we have a tiny little bit of grip just there, and also just here as well. If you look at it compared to an Xbox One controller, you can see that they're very similar. But in the hand, they do actually feel quite different. This feels smaller, it feels more compact. As well as that, we have a share button and you can see that the D-pad is now different. If you imagine the Xbox Elite controller, when you put the disc on it, it's a cross between having the disc on it and also the cross there. And as well as that is more defined clicks. Yeah, it feels nice. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. And it feels like a good controller, just like the Xbox One controller. Now, in case you're curious, the Xbox Series S and X is compatible with the Xbox One controllers, so you haven't got to go out and buy a load more controllers if you've already got them. They will natively work on here, and that's why the design of this is so similar to the old one, because look at the ports at the bottom. You've got your headphone jack and also your port there where you used to plug in things like the chat headset and things like keyboards and stuff. So they're going to work on both of them because you can see the layout is the same on them. Right now, the main event. There's nothing else in there. What we got down here, this is just a quick start guide. So I'll just go through that and then you can just look at that in your own time. You can pause it. Okay, now the exciting bit. Power your dreams. It's very nicely packaged. Oh, there we have it. Okay, so we have the on and off button, and this is designed in a way that you can put it vertical or horizontal, but if you look at the Xbox button, that's designed there to be horizontal, but you do have feet here as well, so you can have it vertical like that. So we've got a clickable button, and we've got the sync button here. We have a USB port at the front. This big vent here is the exhaust, and the intakes are here and also here as well. So that's the underneath of it there. It says Xbox, hello from Seattle. And then at the back we have the power input here. This is if you want to increase the memory of it, so you can get external memory sticks that go into there, but remember as well, you can just use normal external drives and plug them into the USB, but they're not going to be as quick as the SSD on the inside, or if you were to get the SSD expansion that goes into the back here. We have HDMI out, there's no HDMI in on this. USB and Ethernet, so this is what you would be connecting your LAN cable into for the best internet speeds. So there we have it. Let me measure it for you. So approximately it is just under 28 centimeters wide. The depth is 15 centimeters, just over 15.1 it looks like, and the height of it is only 6.4 centimeters. That would be just without the feet. Including the feet is going to probably be 6.5. So a very small console. Let me just weigh it for you. Right, in grams it's 1922 grams, so 1.9, just over 1.9 kilograms. So it's got a fair bit of weight to it. If you're wondering about the controller without batteries, it's coming in at 243 grams compared to the Xbox One, 237, so it's slightly heavier than the existing controller. Now, other things to note, if you have a look at the back underneath the ports, can you see they've all got either dashes or dots on them? So 2 for Ethernet, 3 is for the USBs, we've got a long dash for the HDMI out, 4 for storage and 1 for power. So that's really useful if you're feeling behind and you can't see what you're doing. You can do it by feel. So you might be charging something in here and you want to plug it into the back, then you can just do it by feel because you know the USB are 3 dots and you can feel that quite easily with your fingers. So it's a clever little way of allowing better accessibility to it. So for me, I think this looks absolutely lovely and I'm looking forward to setting it up. So that concludes this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching.